Ron Van Dam. He doesn't need this gig. He's got all that money coming from that deposed Nigerian prince. Should be here any day now, and then he's kissing you suckers goodbye. You're listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Ron Van Dam is an experienced talk show host. Do not attempt to try this at home.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you very much.
Hold on tight. Things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Okay. All right. Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I'm not in the mood to argue with you. It is. Come a little bit closer to the speaker. I got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the elephant in the room. Hard to miss it. It's standing right there, yet we don't talk about it. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Every once in a while, reality smacks me in the face. With a large sledgehammer, by the way. It's not just a little reminder of how things are. It's a gigantic anvil which has been dropped on my head. Perhaps that's a bit dramatic, but at the same time, it's not far from it. We're talking about world peace today, something that seems like it has always been elusive, sometimes more elusive than others, but always there in the background, always the elephant in the room, or the hippopotamus, if that's your preference of animal analogies. Today, my guest has written a book. It's an extended interview we're going to do today. Even I used to do somewhat of a political show. I don't even bother anymore. It's just like, what? What's your problem? It's difficult. Things are changing faster than I can imagine. When social media hit, I thought, oh my God, what just happened here? And then artificial intelligence, it's too long to say, we just use the initials AI. That smacked me in the face just recently. It's like, whoa, it's like all of a sudden taken over. And then, of course, there have been some wars or skirmishes of large capacity that have been taking place across the globe. And the attitude of the United States toward many of them has changed. And then I looked back in history and I found that violence and skirmishes and wars have always been a part of our history. If someone wanted something, they just went and grabbed for it. But you see, then there was this thing called civilized people that keeps cropping up, and yet we don't really seem to be able to define what civilized people really means. We are supposed to be in a civilized people kind of atmosphere, but when you peel back the first layer, you see, no, that's not what this is. This is a continuation of the human condition of violence. As I will probably reveal in our interview, when I was growing up, I was part of the hippie generation. Toward the tail end of it, yet, I wore a band across my forehead. I had long hair, actually still do. And I wanted war to end. The Vietnam War was in full swing, and we said, no, stop with the war thing. Doesn't have to be that way. Or does it? No, it doesn't. But an entire generation of kids spoke out. And since that, I don't think they've spoken out since about anything. Granted, most of the young adults and kids that were for peace and love, by the way, yeah, as long as we're going to have peace, let's throw love into it, man. Because if we love each other, we may not have to worry about peace. Peace might just be there just by loving. I thought it was free love. I thought love was free at that point because I was paying heavily for it. Still am, actually. Not in the way you think. Wait a minute. We're getting off track here. But I was part of that generation. Now those baby boomers have grown into the senior generation, and they're not speaking up about anything. Half of them became so conservative, just the opposite of what they were doing when they were younger. It's just weird. But I was a part of it, and in my head, I still am. But where's the generation that's coming up now in that young adult age group who are not saying, I really am sick of this war attitude here? Things can be resolved. Let's sit down and talk. What the hell's wrong with you people? Well, when there's power and money involved, no. The love and peace thing, I mean, who's kidding who? So my guest today and I will see if we can sort this out. Where we stand, where we could go, where we should go, and are we going there? Is there a possibility of the love and peace thing, where your existence here on Earth would be a happy, carefree experience because that would be what everybody wants? No, many people want power and money. There's a lot of greed. There are natural resources that spell dollar signs that can be obtained, and if you grab it, that's still in effect. I mean, if you go to a soccer game in Europe, that's a dangerous sport. Not playing soccer on the field, but sitting in the stands. By the way, soccer, I think over there is called football. We can't even get together on that. But anyway, here you go. Whatever. Okay, we're going to do that. First, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, my guest will join us. But first, there's this.
Give the gift that says, I love you. The gift that says, happy birthday. The gift that says, get well soon. The gift that says, you're the reason I went into the priesthood. The gift that says, congratulations on not getting indicted. The gift that says, I want to cover you in warm chocolate pudding. The gift that says, good luck in clown college. The gift that says, thanks for removing my unsightly wart. The gift that says, sorry about giving you food poisoning. The gift that says, I'll see you in hell. The gift that says, remember the good times we had in prison. The gift that says, I want to make sweet love to you on the white sand beaches of Rio while your hot cousin watches. The gift that says, thank you for the kidney. The gift that says, you deserve all the best, but this will have to do. The gift that says, thanks, Jesus. Whatever you want to say, you can say it beautifully with a timeless gift from Phyllis Gorman's House of Macaroni Art on Route 94 just past the Rotary, across from Sweaty Palmer's Adult Emporium.
Ken Callison joins us now. He's the author of The Way to World Peace, an idea whose time has come. Yeah, I'd say so. Hey, thanks for being with us, Ken.
Oh, you're very welcome.
You have a lot of names. Is Paul your middle name, or is it part of your first name?
It's my middle name.
Okay, just want to make sure, clarify. Got to do that at the beginning.
Okay.
All right. World peace. God. I was saying recently on a holiday show that it's supposed to be peace on earth is the big quote, the big saying around the holidays, and I just stopped at that and I thought, wow, what is that? So foreign to me at this point.
I'm sorry, what was that? He was the last thing you said?
Yeah, it's so foreign. That phrase is so foreign. Yes.
Well, it's become foreign. It's. I think we've lost our way. I think humanity realizes it's kind of spun out of control here. Just not sure how to get back on track. I think we took a wrong turn at World War II, and we got to get back to the path here because our journey is either together or not at all.
There's no question about that. Is this more of a world viewpoint or a United States country viewpoint?
It's both. The United States is probably the best opportunity to unite humanity. But it's not the only opportunity. It would be best for us. It would be best for the world if we would participate in that.
Yes,
So,
yeah. I mean, and to catch us up here, we're in a situation right now where we're kind of going in the opposite direction. That's my opinion.
I think it's the opinion of most people,
Mm.
and they certainly sense it. And as I said, in World War II, we had the use of atomic weapons. We
Yes.
had the death of 75 million people. The entire globe was in conflict. But it's, in many ways, it's progressed from there. At any given time, there's about 30 wars being conducted on the planet, and that's been going on for centuries. You know, we've basically been killing each other for 10,000 years.
Correct. That is when you say humanity, that is the basis of the human condition is war and conflict. It's been since the very beginning, and I guess we're trying to figure out why that would even ever change anyway.
Well, it's kind of the old adage, that sometimes you'll hear that people say, "Well, that's our nature. We're a violent species." You know, I would disagree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we a violent species because that's our nature, or are we violent because we're in denial of our nature? And I say it's because we're in denial of our nature. And peace isn't necessarily the absence of conflict. It's the management of conflict.
Oh, interesting.
Whereas war is the absence of management.
Very interesting. Never looked at it like that. That's why you wrote the book. Wow.
I guess so.
I guess that's it. Is it amazing to you, as it might be to me, that since World War II and the use of the bomb, that it had never been used really again?
Well, there's still a great deal of fear
sure.
that from that or that might happen. It's certainly one of the existential threats to humanity, and we've come close before. Even during the Cuban Missile Crisis, you're familiar with the Doomsday Clock?
Absolutely.
During the Cuban Missile Crisis, that was 6 minutes till midnight.
Yeah.
It's now 30 seconds till midnight.
Right.
That gives you a perspective there.
Well,
so it's one of the threats. There's others.
Yeah.
You know, there's the collapse of the ecosystem. It's not just global warming. We're collapsing the entire ecosystem. There's an impending water crisis that we really haven't begun to face or understand. Third of the planet lives in poverty. There's constant war. So there's certainly enough things going on. But we're trying to solve those things, poverty and the terrible pollution of the environment and so forth, while we're killing each other. So it's not going to work. That's like trying to have a dinner party while your house is on fire.
Very true. Even if there were countries that wanted to push this forward and make this incredible change, it would only take one or two countries on the globe to say no, and that would be the end of that.
Well, I disagree. Once you reach a certain momentum, a certain threshold, which isn't really very high, it really starts at about 3.5% of the effort and inertia and consciousness of a group. That will start a process. And by the time you reach about 24, 25%, the entire group adopts that. So this is brought out in the book on race consciousness. So,
all right. Yeah. The interesting point is that most lay people figure that when you talk about destroying the planet, that the planet would no longer survive. But it's not the planet doesn't survive; it's civilization.
Yeah, it's certainly the planet. We could cause a lot of damage, but it would recuperate.
Correct.
So we need to basically unite humanity in order to save us from ourselves.
True. Yeah, you made a good point that lack of water, starvation, these bad air quality, whatever the case may be, floods. I mean, these are things that are not necessarily survivable, or there could be more conflict as a result because the have-nots would try to take from the haves, that kind of old fable. Wouldn't that create more of a conflict, perhaps?
Oh, yeah. The impending water crisis, which is probably our greatest threat, actually. By the year 2040, projections are about half of the planet won't have access to
Whoa.
clean water.
Whoa.
Now, that'll start a war.
Yes, no question about it. As oil does, but that's secondary compared to water. No question about that.
Yeah, you can live 3 days without oil, but you can't live 3 days without water.
No question about it. Are we looking for someone to come down from the mountain, literally, not religiously, but literally? What do you have visions of that, like I do, in a purely fantasy mode?
Well, and that's a deep desire, I think, for people to be saved.
Yes,
but we've been told this information by many, many leaders over time. We just haven't figured it out. I think it was Jimi Hendrix that said, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, we shall know peace.
Well, okay, there you go. Maybe a musician will come down off the mountain, perhaps.
Yeah. There have been some.
There have been some, yes.
I think Paul Simon has written some pretty good stuff.
Yeah, I know.
The Sounds of Silence.
Yes. Yes, and then there's the rap stuff, killing the cops and all that stuff.
That's not going in the right direction.
That's probably not working out there. Yeah, what about AI? This has been a concern of mine. It kind of works into this category in a sense because it is anti-humanity in a way. Does that enter into this situation?
A little bit. It's another potential threat. I do address that in the book. The book that you mentioned is the Way to World Peace, an idea whose time has come, and that's one of the pillars to the foundation, to the nonprofit. The nonprofit is a time for humanity.org. But all of these concepts we're discussing are in the book, and it kind of lays out a path, a solution to each of these. And AI certainly is a challenge. It offers a tremendous opportunity. And people's fears are that then we have now another entity that is making decisions for us. Right. And there's the problem is that it's incredibly fast. And if we we are turning over the defense systems to it. The military has already said they're going to implement that as a process. And the problem is that it is so fast that you don't have time for reasoning.
Right. Yes. You mean reasoning by humans or reasoning?
Yes, reasoning by humans.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are these stories where the fail-safes have failed.
Yeah, I mean the Terminator series, the Skynet takes over type thing. And I don't think that will happen. I think that we actually have probably higher levels of threat than that, but that's one of them.
Right. Let's talk about democracy. Does that come into play at all? We seem to be walking away from that mode of government to the other side. Does that have an impact?
I think it certainly does for our culture and even the world. But the human spirit has so much potential, and unfortunately, most of what we do is driven by fear. And that fear is used by politicians, obviously, and not just in this country, right. But it's kind of amazing to realize that 46,000 politicians globally on the entire planet control the lives of 8.2 billion people.
Right.
So there has to be an awakening here.
There does. But these processes seem like they would take forever before the deadlines, as you mentioned them, would occur. Your book kind of lays out how this may be able to be turned around.
Well, I don't know if you saw any of the chapter about the Venturi.
I did not. I did not.
Okay, so a Venturi is a passageway. It's a narrowing. You have Venturis in jet engines. You have them in wine aerators, capillaries, human birth canal, and things speed up. There's a lot of back pressure, if you will, prior to that. But once you enter the Venturi, then things speed up, and consciousness. So anything that goes through a Venturi, whether it's grains of sand in an hourglass or liquids or whatever, as well as consciousness. Our consciousness is very close to entering the Venturi of our own being. So once we are in that, things speed up. Once you're through that, consciousness expands. So that's where our awareness lies.
Okay.
Our consciousness awaits our arrival.
What can
it may not take as much time as you think.
Hopefully not. Any explanation that makes that better is I will take on happily. It's it's fascinating. What can a person do other than put their faith in other people that can somehow make a difference? What can one do? One that finds that every news report is a sense of fear, as you put it, or concern. What does one do?
Well, you're doing it right now. Get involved, become educated. I don't know, get the book on Amazon, join the foundation, talk to your friends and neighbors and people you love. And the first step is education and awareness. And then comes empowerment, and then comes action. So it starts at an individual level, but that group will soon bind. And through speeches and social media and campaigns, marketing campaigns and education, that will happen, but it takes effort. Peace is simple, but it's not necessarily easy.
Correct. Some people think that the phrase or the word optimism is something of a fantasy. I've been called an optimist in the sense that I think that things are going to be better than they actually ever will be. It's used in the sense of being kind of foolish to believe in something better. How do you look at that?
Well, I think it's kind of a compliment to be called that, by the way, but I look at it the opposite. I think it's foolish to be negative, but this is something that you run into, and we have for centuries, is, people will accuse others of being a dreamer.
Right.
Oh, you're just a dreamer. Well, everything that's ever been accomplished has been accomplished from dreamers. The artists and the poets and the scientists and the inventors and the engineers, they were all dreamers. We've been told forever, oh, you'll never be able to fly, or you can't sail across the ocean, you'll fall off the edge of the earth. So every invention, every development has had that accusation made, and it, of course, always ends up not being true. Dreamers are what advance our society.
That's a good place to leave the conversation. I like that. The book is Kenneth Paul Callison, and it's The Way to World Peace, an idea whose time has come, and it's found everywhere. Is there a website where people can follow your movement?
There is. It's atimeforhumanity.org.
Okay.
.org.
All right, atimeforhumanity.org.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Great book. It should be the Bible of now, is what it should be. And
Yeah, I think it has a lot of direction and potential,
Yes.
and a lot of answers. It won't be up until the 20th.
Okay.
So around the 20th of January, the ebook and Audible and hardback and softback go up on Amazon.
That's fine. By the time most of us get some pants on, the book will be ready. Okay. You really should pick up that book. It is important, and it makes you feel a certain way, and maybe there is a chance. It's a nice book. Thank you so much, Ken. Okay. Thank you. I'll be back again tomorrow with another episode. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.